Hello everybody, I am here today to create this first page in the signature that I've been working on. I went back and looked at it and I did not do anything on this first page, so that's what I'm going to do today. I've got several things, and what I'm going to do first is I've got an envelope, which this one is dated October. It's 1890 something, but I can't make out that last digit, too faint. And it's got a tear in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this craft masking tape and put it on the back of the page, not on the front, because I don't want to cover up the information on this envelope. It's so old. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece, tear it off, and put it down on the back so it won't tear any more, hopefully. And then I'm gonna, let's see, I think I'm gonna put some archival ink and distress the edge. Here's part of the address. It's Odessa, New York. I've got a few more of these envelopes that, you tend to hoard things. And I should use them, because that was the reason I got them in the first place. But it's hard to let them go anyway. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to take my pink watercolors, and I'm going to put some swatches on this, and I need to get some water. I should have poured that before I got on. I've got a bottle here that's got some tap water in it. My kitchen is not far from where I am, but it keeps me from having to get up and go get it. Okay, so I'm gonna just make some swatches with my pinks. Some of them are close in range, and some of them are very different. I'm just going to use these four that are, I purchased these from different places, so these four I know were, and probably this one as well. I'll go back and get this one. For these five were purchased from the same place. And then this row I got from Art to Basic. They have beautiful watercolors, and they had a whole series of pinks, and that's also where I got my greens, or most of my greens, not all of them, but most of them. This will finish up this signature, and then I've found that other one that's the other signature that I have that will go in this journal, this foundation journal. I found it does. I haven't completed it, so that's what I'll work on it. Do that, and then maybe I'll start on something different. I bought an onion skin journal, and I'm thinking that maybe I will do that, but these two ran into each other, which is not a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside and let it dry. Well, maybe not, because I wanna do, well, I'll let it dry for a little bit, because I've actually got this photograph. I had put part of the photograph on another page, and this one I kind of cut out the house and this little girl, and I'm going to do some stitching on this. And before I do that, I want to, well, let's see, I've got an awl that I'm going to use to poke the holes ahead of time, because it's so hard to poke them when you're, I've got a piece of cardboard that I'm just using to for these holes. I'm just going to kind of follow her outline. All right, I don't know how many stitches I'm going to get with this, but I've got a needle that's threaded with some pink thread, and I'm going to go from the top. It's got a knot in it, so the knot will be part of the appeal of the part of the stitching. You'll see the knot from the front, and I'm gonna just do a running stitch. A running stitch is just a straight line, well, not a straight line, but a stitch from one, with a gap in between. The only stitching I've done in this signature is the X's or crosses. Okay, I'm going to do one more so that the knot will come out on the front. Okay, I'm gonna try to make a loop and get close to the hole and tie a knot, and I'll do one more. Okay, so just need to take my scissors and cut this. Well, actually, I'm going to leave the thread a little longer, because I'm going to, well, while I've got it here, while I've got it threaded, let me go ahead and attach. I'm going to attach part of this ribbon to the end of my thread. I cut that. I just want a little piece. It really ought to be easier than that. I think it's partly because these are my scissors that I use for cutting everything, cardboard and wire and everything. So I'm going to use a better pair of scissors, and I should be able to get this done. without having to saw the fabric. Okay, now I can put this aside. And I need to find my needle here. Take this thread. That's probably about where it's going to be on, and so I'm going to try to keep the thread that long so that it will come out from under the cover. I'm just trying to capture this little piece of thread. I'm sorry, I was off camera. Okay, so put that needle back in my pin cushion. Okay, the other thing I've got a paper clip. I have some fabric that I actually sprayed with this Distress Oxide spray and let it dry overnight. So now I'm gonna just put this through this paper clip so that I'll have a paper clip tag. One end is much shorter than the other, so I'm going to try to even that up a little bit when I tighten it. Okay, I'll put that on later. All right, now this is still wet, so I've got to dry it. I did not put water. There's something very satisfying about doing these swatches. Try to let it allow its way to dry. I think it's pretty much there. Okay, so I've got to attach this to the page. And I'm going to use a glue stick and try my best not to tear the envelope, because it is very brittle. Okay, I'm going to put it over this way. Now I've got this, which I'm gonna probably put some, let me put the top back on this if I can find it. There it is. I'm gonna use Fabri-Tac because it's thicker. There was something written on the back of this photograph, but I don't know what it was. It's got rag or ray, I'm not sure what it is, but it's interesting to see when you get these vintage photos, sometimes what's put on the, written on the back of them. All right. Uh-oh, don't want to do that. Cover up my, postmark. I covered up most of my swatches, but that's okay. Put the top on my glue. I have this little stitched piece, which I'm going to attach. I'll probably use Fabri-Tac for that as well. And I have the words lesson of faith that I'm going to put as the words for this page. I didn't drink that much coffee, but my hand sure is shaking. I should turn this bottle upside down so that it doesn't take so long for the glue to come out. Put the pen. Put the top back on the Fabri-Tac. Let's see. I keep meaning to do this, and I think I'm just going to do it on this page. I have this P.H. Martin, or Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. Now, if you like to use white in your work, it is the best white there is. Well, it holds the color. It doesn't bleed out. Well, let's see if I can dip it in some water. And get it to open. There we go. I've got this. I think I'm going to get a larger brush. This is not a lot larger, but a little bit. And I'm just going to use what's in the cap. You see how that it's just a really wonderful white. Get it off her little face. I'm going to cut this thread off a bit. Here's my paper clip. Which I tried to pick a spray that was close to this color here. And of course, pink. Let's see. Maybe I will take my Lyra stick and do some marks over here, maybe over here. Take my number 2 pencil and do some marks. There's something about pencil marks that just, they pull things together. All right, so let's try that again. So, you can see how that little piece of fabric from that ribbon tied on there, and I've had something that I did before. Then I've got all these loose threads that were on things that I sewed. So this is the last page in this journal. Maybe you need to put that down a little bit. That's the corner of the house. All right, so this is the last page. This signature is complete. And next time you will see me working in this signature. I've got several pages done. I'll go through it when I finish it, but I've got a few more pages to go. Not all that many, but a few more spreads to go. And we'll do that the next time we get together. So I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll see you when I see you.